What's going on, guys? GRIEZMANN here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to Daily Dose of Transfer Gossip, and today it is going to be Wednesday the 10th of January. And we've got a lot of confirmed transfers to get through today, and on top of that, some very good rumours, and in particular some of them are very interesting. So before we get any further, as always, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it's down below in the description box. And today's question of the day: who do you think was the best summer transfer? Let it down below in the comments section. And remember, every single day at 8:30 AM there'll be a new transfer video on my channel. But now let's jump on to the first 4 confirmed transfers, and the very first player is Yatabare. The striker has joined Konyaspor in Turkey from another Turkish club called Karabükspor on a free transfer. Next up, we've got a Dutch player called Da Cruz going to Parma from Navarra, both in fact I think playing in the second tier of Italian football, and the fee is £2.07 million. And now one for the MLS is going to be a goalkeeper called Usted. I think he was playing for Vancouver Whitecaps for a fair amount of time, but now he's joined DC United. I do imagine it's probably a free transfer because it has a question mark next to it. I'm not sure if it could be an undisclosed fee, or if he didn't sign a new deal with Vancouver and then became a free agent. And the final player on this page is going to be a player that I think back on FIFA 14 and FIFA 15, he's known as the Silva Hule, and that is Pena, who was playing for Rangers but has now gone out on loan to CD Cruz Azul for the rest of the season. And in fact his nickname in real life is Hule. And now moving on to the next 4 confirmed transfers. First up, we've got Leonard going to Sheffield United for Southend United for an undisclosed fee on a 3.5-year deal. Next in is Bueno going to Malaga from FC Porto. I think he's playing for FC Porto's second team, by the way, as a loan deal for the rest of the season. Next up is a player that hasn't been on FIFA since like FIFA 16, I think it is, and that is Prato. Yesterday, he joined River Plate from Sao Paulo for a fee of around £8.3 million. I don't know if he will be re-added to FIFA Ultimate Team this year, but potentially in like March or something, he could be re-added again, just like Carlos Tevez. The final on this page is Nkudu, a player joined Spurs. I can't remember if it was this summer or last summer. By the way, not really playing too much under Pochettino, and now he joined Burnley on loan, again until the summer. And the final 2 confirmed transfers then are going to be first up for Stoke City, a player called Bua. I'm not sure how to say his name, but he's joined them from Ruma Kazan in the Russian league for £5.13 million, although some sites are saying it's undisclosed. And the player next to him is Uth, I think his name is, from Hoffenheim previously. He's now signed a pre-contract agreement to join Schalke in the summer on a free transfer. And now we jump on to potential deals, and the very first player is Marouane Fellaini. According to Sky Sports today, Marouane Fellaini remains in talks with Manchester United over a new contract. Contrary to reports though, he hasn't told Jose Mourinho he wants to leave the club. And like it says there, a lot of places are currently saying Fellaini wants to leave Manchester United. I believe he'll be a free transfer in the summer anyway, and has been to likes of PSG, and I think also a move to the Serie A. But I imagine most United fans wouldn't really be too bothered about him leaving on a free transfer anyway, as he's not really a fan favourite, and most of them are frustrated when he gets on the pitch. Moving on then, we've got a couple of rumours surrounding West Ham United, and the very first one is according to Daily Express. West Ham are closing in on a £12 million deal to sign Newcastle midfielder Jonjo Shelvey. And the thing about Jonjo Shelvey is that some games is actually incredible to watch, like his passing ability is like second to none, but other games, like most of the time, he's just frustrating because his attitude, it doesn't seem that great. He does seem to lose his cool as well quite a bit on the pitch. Like sometimes he gets a red card for no reason and his head's just gone basically. But maybe he would upgrade West Ham's midfield. We'll have to wait and see. The second player is Dendoncker next to him. According to Newsblad, they're saying that West Ham are interested in Anderlecht's £20 million rated Belgian midfielder Leander Dendoncker. And you probably remember his team of the season card back on FIFA 17. It was absolutely unreal, very cheap as well. And this year so far on FIFA 18 has got a centre back in form card. But the fact he can play centre back as well is somewhat similar to Kouyaté. He can play DM, centre mid, centre back, as a right back. And it does look like David Moyes is trying to improve his midfield in this winter transfer window. Next up, we move on to Arda Turan. According to various different sources today, and I actually believe a couple of pictures are going on social media at the moment, Besiktas here have confirmed they're in talks with Arda Turan over his transfer from Barcelona. Now obviously Coutinho at this point in time has joined Barca and doesn't actually have a squad number just yet, and Turan currently I believe is number 7, so maybe when he goes, Coutinho could get that number. But some places are also saying Coutinho could be number 14, replacing Mascherano, who's likely to go to China very soon. And now one for Arsenal fans, according to TYC Sports, they're saying that Arsenal are willing to pay Christian Pavon's $37 million, I think it's like £27 million or something, and that is his release clause, which it could activate immediately. And the reason for this is because he'll be replacing the outgoing Alexis Sanchez, who's very close to a move to Man City. And honestly, I've never actually seen him play football, so I can't really judge him at all and judge the actual transfer fee itself. But it does look like Arsenal will be selling Sanchez soon, like I said before, and they'll need to replace with either him or potentially Lamar. And Arsenal fans, in the comments section below, if you do sell Sanchez, who do you want to replace him? And now moving on to an article according to the Daily Mirror, Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal will have a summer showdown over the signature of Bayer Leverkusen's £40 million rated winger, Leon Bailey. Now, we only actually joined Bayer Leverkusen 1 year ago from the Belgian Pro League, and there's like £20 million or so in the space of a year they could double their money on him, and I think he started off pretty slow for them, but this season, apparently he's doing extremely well. And he must be, because having the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal and also United after him, he must be doing something right. And now a massive one for Championship side Wolves, according to various different outlets today. Various reports suggest that Wolves have had a £34.7 million bid rejected by AC Milan for forward Andre Silva, and they're expected to go back for a second bid with a higher offer. So Andre Silva only joined AC Milan back in the summer from FC Porto, I believe for a fairly big fee as well, but now Wolves of all teams are in for him, especially being in the Championship. It makes it absolutely mental. When you look at the £34.7 million, you kind of associate with top teams, that kind of thing, but now a Championship team's doing it, it's getting out of control. Right, so looking at his profile now, it does seem that he joined AC Milan back in the summer from Porto again, like I said before, and the fee was £34.2 million, so Milan would make a tiny bit of profit, but still not really enough to warrant selling right now. And his stats this season are 23 games, 8 goals, 2 assists, a goal every 168 minutes, but in the league, he's yet to score a single goal. He's had 12 appearances though, most of them are actually as a sub, played just 537 minutes in total, but he is still only 22 years old and currently played a fair amount of games for Portugal, and in fact 18 games for the Portuguese national team so far, and 11 goals. And for all the summer transfers for AC Milan, to be fair, most of them aren't really working out too well. They probably do need some time to settle in, but Andre Silva, will he be given that time after wait and see? He may be a Wolves player soon. And now a very short one according to Daily Star, Real Madrid are desperate to sign Chelsea defender Marcos Alonso, according to reports in Spain. And that is literally all it says for now, and in my opinion, it doesn't make too much sense because currently they have Marcelo, obviously regarded as one of the best, if not the best left back in the world right now, but I do believe he actually played for Real Madrid at some point a long time ago. And now one for Liverpool fans according to Premium Sport via TalkSport today, Liverpool could use some of the funds from the Felipe Coutinho transfer to bring in Roma's 27-year-old midfielder, Kevin Strootman. Now this definitely wouldn't be a Coutinho replacement at all. If anything, it'd probably be a replacement for Emre Can, who could leave in a free transfer to go to Italy, in particular Juventus. And we are also linked to Alisson, the goalkeeper from Roma, the Brazilian goalkeeper. Honestly, I'd love to have that happen. We do need a keeper that's very good with his feet and like very good at passing and stuff. But I can't say it's going in for him and Kevin Strootman at the same time. I did say in yesterday's episode, but hopefully in January, we do sign at least one more player on top of Van Dijk to somewhat help replace Coutinho. And now a couple more updates regarding Fred and a potential move to Man City. So according to Manchester Evening News today, Guardiola has made his decision. He wants Shakhtar Donetsk midfielder Fred as a long-term replacement for Fernandinho. City are ready to pay around £30 million. And the second part is also according to the same source. Fred has recently made it clear that joining City would be a dream. The two clubs now need to agree on a fee, with a summer transfer looking more reasonable. I did say in yesterday's video I don't see where he'd be starting for City, but again, I said before that Fernandinho, it could be his long-term replacement. Next up, we got on to Alexandro, and according to Daily Telegraph today, Chelsea's interest in the left back has stalled recently after the club was put off by an increased £80 million asking price. So Daily Telegraph are saying it's an £80 million asking price, however, a Daily Mail, they're saying it's 60. And Chelsea were very much interested in buying Sandro back in the summer, but now it seems to have gone a little bit. Next up, we move on to Lucas. According to Canal Plus today, PSG winger Lucas Moura has agreed to sign for Manchester United. The two clubs must now agree a fee of around €25 million. But Le Parisien has suggested that PSG's asking price isn't 25 mil, it's around 40 million. So it does seem that Lucas to Manchester United will happen at some point in this transfer window, and when, again, we'll have to wait and see. But PSG do need to sell some players to balance the books a little bit for the Neymar transfer. And the final rumour today is regarding Antoine Griezmann, a potential move to Barcelona and also Manchester United. So first up, according to Cadena SER, they're saying talks between Barcelona and also Antoine Griezmann are at an advanced stage. Barca are said to give him a 5-year contract with an annual salary of €15 million. Now I was thinking, if Griezmann does join Barca, where does he actually fit in? Because of course currently have Dembele, Messi and also Suarez their front three. They just signed Coutinho to play behind them. So could it mean the end potentially for Luis Suarez at Barca? I'm not too sure if I'd do that, but if it was, it'd be a very risky move. I think it is somewhat public knowledge that Barca are also interested in Griezmann because Atletico, there were rumours saying they'd make a complaint to FIFA about Barca's actions. And the second part is according to the Daily Mail. Antoine Griezmann wants £400,000 per week to sign for Manchester United and snub Barcelona. So Barca in total are offering €15 million a year, and if I've worked out correctly, at United on £400,000 per week, that's very close to £21 million a year. So clearly a move to Manchester United would be a lot more beneficial financially for Griezmann, but maybe he actually wants to go to Barca genuinely. But that, guys, is going to be it for today's video. So as always, if you enjoyed it and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, make sure to press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it'll be down below in the description box. And today's question of the day: who do you think was the best summer transfer? Let me know down below in the comment section. And remember, every single day at 8:30 there'll be a new transfer video on my channel. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.